Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup, hosted by the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. We are the founders of the network and your co-hosts today, Andrew Gay and Tom Fox here. And as always, well, Tom, hello. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Good to be here.
You bet. Why don't you do the honors, as always, and kick us off with your top news picks for the week, sir?
Yeah, the top story for me, Andrew, this week was affordable housing and or achievable housing, however you choose to call it, and it revolves around the proposed Lennar housing development near where the old Hal Peterson Middle School was located. And we had a first reading to the Kerrville City Council, who gave an initial approval to the project, but there were lots of questions that still are unanswered. Water, size of homes, the revenue, the tax district revenue on the reimbursements for the infrastructure. And although City Council did approve this first reading, there's a second reading required. And at the end of the public hearing, council members Jeff Harris, Brenda Hughes, and Joe Herring made clear that there were many unanswered questions. And Joe Herring said specifically that he wouldn't vote for a second reading if the developer can't or wouldn't address the concerns raised at this hearing. So I think, I'm not sure it's a good first step, but it's certainly a first step. The developer needs to really consider the questions about water, the deviations from Kerrville's 2050 plan, and whether or not there was support from various other groups in the city, although Peterson Health and the Kerrville Area Chamber of Commerce did support the development because of the recognized need for additional, particularly affordable housing in the city. And of course, there's the zoning issues that always come up with these types of projects. So, like I said, it's a first step in the process, and hopefully we'll start to get some of the answers that City Council raised. My second story is a sort of continuing story of Harvey Ballou. And this morning in the lead, Louis Amstoy noted that the county's website had removed Harvey Ballou on the list of county commissioners. He was not present at the most recent county commissioner meeting. And he, meaning Ballou, can appeal the ruling against him, but I believe he has to file notice of the appeal within 30 days of the hearing, which was held last month. And he's got to file a notice of appeal plus a bond. We don't have information on what the bond will be for Ballou, so that could be an issue. And then if he doesn't appeal, the county judge, Rob Kelly, can appoint a replacement to serve the rest of Ballou's term, which expires on December 31, 2024. So more fallout from the Ballou hearing, and we don't know where that's going. I assume he's going to appeal, but he hasn't filed that notice yet. So what about you? What do you got for us?
Yeah, those are two great stories, Tom. Thank you for sharing that. That's some of the top highlights of kind of what's the talk around town. So thank you for reporting on that. For myself, first I wanted to start by mentioning there was a Texas Tribune article that was released earlier this morning, and you just mentioned Louis Amstoy from the lead, but he actually contributed was quoted in this article, but it also talked about the Kerr County Commissioners Court, but more specifically the hand counting of ballots for elections and some of the issues that are going on there as far as the county. There's certain commissioners that wanted hand counting of ballots. There's extra cost involved with that. There's been some resignations within the county over some of this debacle about whether or not that's going to be able to be instituted. So that was one. I actually just posted it on our Facebook page. So there's a link to that article. From what I could tell, it wasn't behind a paywall. I could access it free. So you're welcome to go on there and read that. It's a good read. It has some good explanation in it. And then number two, I would be amiss if we didn't mention the eclipse that is happening tomorrow in about the middle of the day. So it's the annular eclipse. This is not the total solar eclipse. So it's going to create the ring of fire. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to happen basically right in the middle of the day. Starts at something like 10:20, and the partial eclipse will build all the way up until about 11:52 or so a.m. Right before noon is when we'll get about between 4 and 5 minutes or so of this ring of fire view of the sun. You have to have eclipse viewers on to look at it. Please do not burn your eyes. Please make sure you have the right eyewear, the eclipse goggles, the ISO certified ones to look at this. But definitely wanted to mention that just also because we have a podcast on it. And, we've, like, if you haven't heard it, I would just encourage you to go check it out. This is our website here. You can literally go to TexasHillCountryPodcastNetwork.com. All of our podcasts are listed on there, and the links, if they have like Spotify or iTunes links on there. But the Night Sky is the podcast that Tom and I are doing on the eclipses, not only the one happening tomorrow, but also the one that is happening, the total solar eclipse happening in April. So if you go to our website, the direct links are on there for Spotify or iTunes. You can listen to it there. You can listen to it directly on our website. This is also the podcast that the network has won an award for. We won a communicator award for this. So we're very proud of that. Please go check it out. We were just recently mentioned in the Kerrville area visitors magazine as well. So just wanted to throw that resource out there. The first of these two major eclipses is happening tomorrow. So, and if you go to one last thing about this, if you go to Spotify and you just type in the night sky, it should pop up. So if you have Spotify, if you use that platform, or even iTunes, you should be able to go there and just type in the night sky, and that podcast will pop up. It's great resource, great stories in there about some of the amateur astronomers, professionals in the astronomy field in our region, and kind of what to expect for tomorrow and in April. So I think that'll do it as far as my two stories. Tom, what do you got planned this weekend? You're not planning on seeing an eclipse, are you?
Well, I'm going to leave the eclipse discussion to you because you've done such a good job on it. I'm going to talk about the battle royale for the soul, the very heart, the very essence of the state of Texas. Yes, it is the ALCS, the American League Championship Series, with the beloved Houston Astros are facing the upstarts, and dare I say, ne'er-do-well Texas Rangers. This is what baseball is all about. When you get to play your hated rival, and I mean hated, in the AL Championship Series. Starts Sunday night in Houston, Sunday, Monday in Houston. Then we go up to Arlington Stadium. I cannot wait to see the Astros stomp the Texas Rangers. Justin Verlander on the mound for game one in Minute Maid Park. It's going to be rocking and rolling. It's going to be rocking and rolling in Houston. It's going to be rocking and rolling in Dallas. If you love baseball, if you like baseball, if you're interested in baseball, this is the series for you. So that's what I'm thinking about, Andrew.
It's not even the weekend quite yet, and you're already thinking about Sunday night. I'll be damned. That's awesome. Big weekend for you, huh? So, yeah, I think for this weekend, we're all planning on staying put. It was funny because I was texting you and Gilbert before we got on here live, and as I was driving around the lunch hour, there was already a bunch of different out-of-state license plates, some people toting some campers and stuff around that are obviously here for the weekend to stay for the eclipse. So anyway, okay, guys, that will do it for us today. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, interact with us, share our content, helps other people find the show, and hope you have a great weekend. If you're in the Texas Hill Country, be sure to check out the eclipse tomorrow. Make sure you can cross your fingers that we have good weather, and make sure you wear glasses for the viewing. So with that, we will say peace out and have a great weekend. We'll catch you back next week.